This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Teddy, hello.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Hi, we're excited that you are coming to Australia, Teddy. Back again, because you are much beloved here, aren't you?
It's my favorite place in the freaking world. Y'all know that.
Really? Teddy, you're travelling all around the world at the moment. Are you coming to us right now from Argentina?
Yeah, I'm in Buenos Aires right now. It's 11:04 p.m. So I'm having an Aperol Spritz. So, you know what I mean?
How good?
Does it taste as good as I think it does?
It's pretty sweet, baby.
Hey, Teddy, I've never been to Argentina. Give us a rundown. Have you been able to take up the atmosphere of the place, or are you just busy? Have
you done the tango in the street yet?
Not too much. I mean, we went today and had some empanadas, and then saw they had this beautiful cemetery situation, which was like the cemetery was so incredible. It was like all these mausoleums and you got to look into this cemetery in Argentina, and in Buenos Aires. It was one of the most beautiful experiences I gotten to go through and walk through today, and it was really cool, man. It was like almost a town of dead people, I guess you could kind of say. But everybody had have you guys ever seen this Buenos Aires cemetery I'm talking about?
No, we'll have a look at it while we're talking to you.
I'm envisaging something like is in New Orleans. Is it like that?
Yeah, it's kind of like the New Orleans one, but it's like 10 times bigger than that. It's everybody's got these statues and these I don't know. It had me so introspective today because I was like, man, it was like almost like a whole town of these mausoleums and these carved out I don't know. It had me just thinking so hard. And today I had in my AirPods too. I was listening to the Tarzan soundtrack. Phil Collins while I was going through it too, and it just made me. I know. I was just feeling.
What a moment in time.
I was feeling so. You'll be in my heart while that was happening, and I was like, God, you're so good, man. It was awesome.
Some sort of spiritual experience right there in the cemetery.
Yeah, Phil Collins did his damn thing on that record, didn't he?
Yeah, I would do it.
Hey, Teddy, when I first started seeing you coming up on YouTube, when I was just floating across stuff and Instagram and whatever, doing the covers, which I know you, many years ago, did you? Oh, there was you, right? That was coming up all the time for me, and another group called Boyce Avenue. Do you know who they are? Have you seen them?
Oh yeah, dude, those guys rip, man.
Yeah, they're outstanding. But I kept getting. I thought, both of you are just so incredible, and just seeing all these amazing covers come across. And
Boyce Avenue has been doing this way longer. I mean, they were really kind of maybe one of the first YouTube cover artists that were. I mean, they've probably been doing this 10 years longer than I have done on YouTube. I mean, those guys have been around forever on YouTube.
So how do you go?
I don't know what they're doing now, but they might still be doing covers on YouTube.
I'd imagine they are. But how do you go from being able to because when you just see you go, oh, mate, this guy's incredible with his voice. So, and just putting you next to them for a second, they haven't gone on to do any original stuff, but being able to translate from you to doing covers to doing your original stuff and making it hit, do you know what the difference is?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely always a fear. I was terrified that, I'd sang some of the best songs that ever been written.
Yeah.
And also gotten some notoriety from singing the best songs ever written.
Yep.
And I was so terrified of writing anything as good as those songs, I'm like, how do you write original songs after you sang I Can't Make You Love Me? You're still the one.
Still the one.
How do you if you get notoriety for doing some of the best songs ever written, how do you ever write songs that are that good? And I definitely had this fear of never working as a original artist. And I still feel like I'll never write songs as good as those, but I'm just trying to write something as honest as the way I listen to those songs.
Yeah. Yep.
Are, and they're connecting. So I'm grateful that I broke out of that space, and still also I still do covers. We sing covers every night. I still listen to music every day and fall in love and sing my favorite songs every day. And so I'm grateful that my songs started working, but I still will never write an I Can't Make You Love Me. Hopefully one day I will.
You will.
But,
you will.
I mean, once Lose Control was out there, your career has it's literally skyrocketed. And I mean, it's a giant leap for you to next minute you're at the Brit Awards covered in soft toys on the red carpet. Talk us through that costume choice for the Brit Awards.
Well, so we were there's this Brazilian designer called Division, and my buddy Christian, like showed me the jacket, and I was like, I love it because there's a piece of me that like
Yeah.
loved it, like when kids like grow out of toys and they like grow out of toys and these toys don't get like used anymore, and these toys are getting like put in like Goodwill or like they're getting
Yep.
taken
Yes.
away and these toys don't get loved anymore. I was like, what an opportunity to like repurpose these toys to get like put on a red carpet and get love again. I don't know. There was something about it that I felt like kind of drawn to that I was like, I love that these toys are getting love again and these toys
Yeah.
are getting a chance to be stars again. It was like, it made me feel like Toy Story, like the
I was
movie
going
or
to
something.
say,
You
it's
know,
the next in the Toy Story franchise is these toys end up on the red carpet as York jacket. That's great.
Yeah, now they're all celebrity, and what's been crazy is like we just finished our European leg of this tour, and dude, every show there was somebody that had like a jacket that they had made with all the like they had made their own jacket with there was somebody in the front row every night, which was crazy, and like dude, it's been like
taking
one
off.
of the craziest viral things. Like people have made their own jackets and come to our shows with like their own teddies all over the jacket, and I was
That's
like,
the best.
how cool is that?
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
Teddy, how do you get used to now traveling around the world and people coming to see you play? You used to that kind of stuff to have the notoriety?
Dude, you don't get used to that at all. It's such a weird thing, and it's growing every day exponentially.
Yeah, it is.
Like, and you're in a place like this, like Argentina, and you think you're like
What the hell?
nobody knows you're here, or that you're okay to go somewhere, and then next thing you know, you're getting surrounded and happy to do that.
Yes,
Happy
of course.
happy
Yes.
to like love on everybody, but things are getting different, and they're getting different, and they're compounding every day, and it's getting bigger and bigger every day. And as soon as I think I got a grip on it, there's like it's getting way bigger than it is. It's growing. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to like be as present as I can, even if I got 5 seconds with somebody or 10 seconds with somebody, or 10 minutes with somebody. I'm trying to make sure I'm present for every interaction I have. And that's like, whether it's 10 seconds or 10 minutes, or if there's 2,000 people in my face, try to make sure if you got 10 seconds with 2,000 people that you're present for every one of them. I just try to be as like present as I can and be grateful.
That's
I
really
just try to
nice.
be grateful the
Yeah.
best I can.
I mean, your authenticity shows through. And I mean, the video that went viral here in Australia when you were here last time was of the girl in Brisbane in the mall singing Lose Control, and you come up and start singing with her. And
Oh,
it just-
Anoxia, man.
Yeah.
Star, man. Anoxia. Absolute star, man.
Yeah. That must happen a lot, though. You must be walking past hearing your song, because Lose Control is a very iconic song for anybody to have a crack at.
Well, I think the best thing is about like doing the busking, and like we'll always like do the busking, we'll always do the karaoke, we'll always do the
Yeah.
because even with our show sometimes like you might come see the show that we're about to go and do, and there's so much that goes into that with like 70 employees, all the fire and the background singers and the band and the whole stuff. It's so fun to always go sing at a karaoke bar or go sing on the side of the street with somebody, and where live music is still live music, and there's
Yeah.
no you don't plan it, and then we're just figuring out as we go. We always try to keep live music still as a hobby at the same
Yeah.
time, because to keep it from being too much of a job, like the show that we play that you guys might see is going to be this big old massive show with fire and all these things, and I'm so grateful to do it. But also, you can catch me at, dude, if your mom's singing Lose Control in the shower, I'm knocking on the door saying like, "Yo, what's up? I'm singing it. What's happening?" You know what I mean? Like, I'm singing it wherever they'll let me sing. I'm singing, and I'm keeping like live music always still fresh and fun, and not too planned, and not too, because it reminds you of like when this was a hobby versus
Yes.
it being, and I'm grateful that it's a job, by the way. But
Yeah.
I also want to keep this a hobby. I also love my job still, and I just do everything I can to like love my job still.
Absolutely. Teddy, when you read about you and it talks about how that you used to play American football growing up and stuff like that, and then you joined like the school.
A teacher pushed you into singing, really?
Yeah. Is that how it actually happened? And, a teacher getting you in the choir, like, school choir and stuff. Is that how it happened? Were you a natural singer?
Yeah, so I was playing football forever, and my buddy Jesse, who still plays guitar and produces, writes a lot of stuff with me. He still plays guitar in my band. He had asked me to be in theater with him and in choir with him, and we joined choir and theater, and we did a couple shows together, and it changed my life forever. And also, I was doing football, and I'm 5'7", so it was not, that wasn't really going to happen for me. And when I fell in love with theater, and I fell in love with choir, and I fell in love with acting and singing and loving this. And me and my buddy Jesse was always just playing and singing together. And here we are still to this day, doing
amazing.
Could
you sing early days, or it's something you've had to work on? And now we hear your voice is amazing, right?
Oh, dog, we sucked so bad, dude.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
We sucked so bad, dude. Me and Jesse used to get dropped off at the cinema, the movie theater down the road, and then our parents would give us $20 to go see the movie theater.
Yep.
Rather than going into the movie, we would do what most kids do with $20 at 16 years old.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And then we would sit out there and play guitar. We go to little parties and play guitar. We were those friends that were bringing the guitar to the party and
That's
trying to sing and trying to harmonize and trying to learn. And people be like, "Don't quit your day job. You suck." But we loved it, man. And we would always get off the bus together. He lived a few blocks away from me, so we always go walk to each other's house. And at the time it was MySpace. I was finding MySpace bands, and I was showing these bands on MySpace I found.
Yep.
He's finding these bands on MySpace, and his dad was in a band, so his dad I would stay over at his house, and his dad would be in the basement jamming with his band, and we'd be listening to Hot Fuss by the Killers and being one day this is gonna be us, dude. We're gonna be the best rock band of all time. Me and him were laying together at 12, 13 in the bed, listening to his dad jam Journey covers, and going to bars with his dad and watching him do Journey and Van Halen covers and stuff. And we was dude, his dad was the coolest guy ever. We wanted to be a rock band, you know what I mean? And here we are. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many of those kids who said don't quit your day job have hit you up for free tickets?
And they can all have one too.
You're a good guy, Teddy. You're a genuinely nice guy. You're very, you're authentic and you're very genuine, and that shows through. So no wonder you're selling out stadiums all over the world now. Incredible. You deserve it.
It's insane. I'm so grateful, man. I'm so grateful. And, gonna have a son who gets to see me do it. So
the next generation. Cool, that's great.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I just want him to think I'm as cool as I think my dad is,
Yeah. Oh, you'd be hard pressed for him.
Oh, you're not wrong.
I tell you what, he's got really high standards if he doesn't think you're cool. Before we let you go, we got one last question. Our producer wants to know, does it hurt to get tattoos on your eyelid?
Okay, the eyelid it was a weird thing. Okay, the eyelid, it's got to be a very, very tiny needle because obviously you don't want it to puncture.
Yes.
So it didn't hurt that bad, but also if you guys have ever gotten tattooed, you know that the needle bounces 100 miles per hour or something.
Yep.
It bounces. So you feel your eyeball bouncing, So it does. It irritates your eye. It makes you cry a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You literally feel your eyeball bouncing. It's a weird sensation. It doesn't hurt as bad as you think, but it's a weird sensation. But also, when I was in ninth grade, Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 3, and that changed my life forever. And he had fear of God on his stuff, and I was like, dude, one thing I'll do for sure is I have to be like Lil Wayne. I have to get my eyelids tattooed. That's what I set my life to do.
It's great to have ambition.
So I literally only have my eyelids tattooed because I want to be like Lil Wayne. That's
that's enough. That's reason enough. Good on you, Teddy.
He's the coolest guy ever. He's the coolest guy ever.
Hey, Teddy, whilst we're having this interview, you did say
hey guys, we just have to.
Yep.
Sorry, we've got to wrap up now. I think he can say your farewells for the next interview.
No worries.
All right, Teddy, we can't wait till you hit our shores. It's going to be brilliant. RAC Arena, 29th of October. Thank you for talking to us, Teddy.
Yeah, see you guys soon.
See you, buddy. Thank
Thanks,
you.
mate.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.